All right, tonight we are seeing a growing number of schools announcing 2-hour delays for tomorrow. We had issues all afternoon, well into the evening, and Angela, we're still having some issues tonight and into the morning.
All because of temperature, Jenny. The snow, for the most part, has stopped falling. We're dealing with some lake effect snow across the northern part of the state. And Jenny, we're not talking about a lot of snow. We're talking about a quick coating of snow, but because a lot of the roads didn't have treatment on them, it immediately turned to ice. Oof. Snow, for the most part, has stopped, but any road that was not treated will be slick again tomorrow morning because of temperatures. Right now we're in the teens and 20s, down to 17 in Kokomo, 18 in Muncie, 22 in Indianapolis, and all of central Indiana will be in the teens. So expect a slow morning drive, much like what we had this evening, if we can't get any salt on those roads to start to melt. And that's going to be tough, again, with morning temperatures in the teens. From there, we do have some sunshine that will help things out a little bit tomorrow afternoon as we forecast highs in the low 30s on Tuesday.
Angela, thank you. Want to let you know traffic was slow going along I-65 near Washington Street just about 30 minutes ago. You can see it here. Emergency crews responding to a car fire. If you are headed out tonight, be sure to avoid this area if possible, and make sure to give first responders plenty of room if you encounter them out on the roads tonight or into the morning. Also, we have some breaking news right now. I want to take you to I-65 at the pedestrian overpass. You can see a lot of emergency crews here. There is a crash closing the lanes of I-65 here. Again, Angela talked about it. The roads are slick. The ice is there. A lot of them, unfortunately, not treated. So I-65 at the pedestrian overpass, a crash looks like it's closing all lanes tonight. Well, tomorrow, the trial resumes for 2 IMPD officers accused in the death of Herman Whitfield III. It's been more than 2.5 years since Whitfield's family called 911 for help as he experienced a mental health episode. He died in police custody after officers shocked him with a taser and restrained him face down on the floor. Now, officers Adam Ahmad and Steven Sanchez are on trial for charges including involuntary manslaughter, reckless homicide, and battery. During opening statements today, the prosecution argued that the officers violated IMPD policy the night Whitfield died, but the defense said the officers' actions that night were reasonable.
Involuntary manslaughter doesn't mean that officers Ahmad or Sanchez wanted to kill Herman. They did. There's no evidence they wanted to do that. But that's not what's required of involuntary manslaughter. Involuntary manslaughter requires the intent to commit a battery, and that battery resulted in death, which is what we saw here. By keeping their hands on Herman, by forcing him to remain in the prone position, by preventing him from getting into the recovery position, sitting on his side or sitting upright so that he could breathe, they committed a battery, and that battery resulted in the death of Herman Whitfield III.
These officers went to the Whitfield home to help Herman Whitfield III. Their actions were objectively reasonable. Nothing they did was rude, angry, or insolent. Nothing that you see will show that they caused Herman's death. They used their training and their legal authority to do their jobs.
13 News will be back in the courtroom tomorrow to hear testimony and bring you any updates. This trial is expected to wrap up by the end of the week. All right, want to get back to our big story of the night, and that is crashes, crashes, and more crashes. The winter weather conditions we experienced today and into the evening resulted in dozens of crashes and lots of frustrated drivers, many of them wondering, where is the salt? State police tell us tonight they responded to 136 crashes just since 3 p.m. And as we showed you, those continue into the evening. Logan Gay shares what's being done to help drivers.
Many people walked out the doors Monday to unexpected snow and icy roads, including Indiana State Police. Sergeant John Perrine says they were not only surprised by the snow, but the crashes as well.
Responding to dozens of crashes right now on interstates around the city, and most of those don't involve injuries, which we're thankful for.
He said drivers should expect for it to take longer than expected to get to their destination.
The false sense of safety because your car is equipped with all-wheel drive. Although that is a great safety feature that will help you, certainly doesn't give you the green light to drive faster or highway speeds on these roads.
Perrine says during snow events, ISP does their best to increase staffing. He says drivers can expect to see more troopers on the road working overtime, responding wherever they're needed.
When it snows like this, anytime we get a little bit of snow, it's all hands on deck. It's everybody who's available.
But hours later, drivers were wondering where they were. Many of them voiced their dissatisfaction with NDOT and the condition of the roads on this post on X. This man writing in part, the roads Monday were the worst he's experienced in 22 years. He said not a salt truck in sight. 13 News reached out to NDOT multiple times about their plans for the road, but have not heard back yet. But Perrine says whether there is salt or no salt, he says drivers need to take it easy on the road during conditions like this.
Most of the crashes we investigate involve somebody going too fast for the road conditions. And remember, the crash report will never put the road at fault.
So he says give everyone the extra room they need. In Indianapolis, Logan Gate, 13 News.
Tonight, Indianapolis Metro Police are investigating after finding 2 people shot to death in a home on West 38th Street near North Meridian. Investigators say deputies with the Marion County Constable's Office were walking around the outside of the house when they heard gunfire from inside. When IMPD officers got there, they found a man and a woman, both shot and killed. A neighbor told us she never noticed issues at this house before.
It's just sad, like, again, just like someone's last moment. You just never know when it's gonna happen. And like just right after the holidays, right in the middle of the holidays, it's just, you never know when your last day is gonna be.
For now, IMPD is calling this a death investigation. They say there is no danger to the public. IMPD tonight searching for the person who stole a car with 2 baby girls inside. The girls were found safe, abandoned in a ditch near Emerson and Prospect, and police found the stolen car near the area where the babies were left in the cold. Now we're working to get a description of the car thief. Anyone with information, remember, can call Crime Stoppers. The number is there on your screen, 317-262-TIPS. You don't have to give your name or your number. Now for a look at the other stories making headlines tonight. 3 juveniles could face charges in Johnson County after allegedly throwing objects off an overpass onto I-65. Multiple drivers called police last month saying they were hit by something near County Roads 250 South and 600 East. Deputies later found more than 100 baseballs and softballs along the interstate, and they discovered those had been stolen from a Little League in Franklin. The Johnson County prosecutor is now reviewing the case to consider potential charges. Tonight, fire investigators are looking into what caused a fire at the site of an old Super 8 motel. This was the scene around 1 o'clock this afternoon near 21st and Post Road. Firefighters say they saw smoke coming from the 1st and 2nd floors. They were able to get everything under control in about 15 minutes, and thankfully nobody hurt. DNR is now trying to figure out how a man ended up dead in the Tippecanoe River. His body discovered this morning just after 11 a.m. in Carroll County. The man was identified as 23-year-old Evan Wood from Monticello. Investigators say he disappeared from his home this morning, and police were actively looking for him before his body was found in the water. We just learned the name of a man killed in an East Side shooting the day after Thanksgiving. 22-year-old Darius Thompson was found dead near 21st and Post late Friday morning. So far, IMPD has not named any suspects or any arrests. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 317-262-TIPS. Remember, you can stay anonymous. And you can find all your local and national headlines anytime on WTHR.com or the 13 News app.